Hi there, welcome to the Rethink the Net tutorial series. This tutorial is to help you set up an email account on Gmail. We'll be going through the basics from setting up your account to creating a new contact to sending a message and basic settings. All you need is your computer with internet access and some basic knowledge of how to use the web. Let's have a go. First, go to www.gmail.com. And here you'll see that there's a red bar at the top right that says create an account. So the first step is to click on that. That will direct you to a new page, a sign-up page. And this has a number of fields, as you see, to fill in. So first off, type in your name, first name, then last name. Choose a username here. Now, most people use their name or something reasonably related. If you have a common name, it might already be taken. And what you could do is add numbers to your name if that's the case. It'll tell you. Create a password here, which needs to be at least 8 characters long. Don't use common words, or use numbers again if you want to make it more secure. They then ask for your birthday after that. They ask you to confirm the password, of course, and then your birthday, your gender. And they will also, at some point right underneath there, enter your mobile phone. You don't have to enter it. And then your current email address. Now, don't worry. If this is the first time you're setting up an email account and you don't have one, just leave it blank. Otherwise, it's handy as a backup. At the bottom, they'll then ask you, the reason they do this is to ask you to, whether you're a human being or a robot. It's a spam filter, so just type the characters you see. If you can't read them, just click on the refresh button like we did there. And then they'll ask you for your location, agree to the terms of service, and we do recommend here that we unclick the option for personalized ads. And there you go, you're all set. Click to next step, and that'll take you to Gmail. So here we are at step 2. This is where you can create your profile and personalize it if you want to. So Gmail here even gives you the option to add a photo, as you'll see, but you don't have to. And in our case, in fact, we're just going to skip this step because we're just interested in using email as a basic tool for sending and receiving messages. So let's click on next step here. And this should take us to a welcome screen here. Welcome, Alex. Welcome to Gmail. So here, just click on Continue to Gmail. And this should take you directly to your inbox, where you'll probably have already some messages from the Gmail team, which you can read later if you wish to. Gives you some information on how to use Gmail. But now, probably the first thing you want to do is add some contacts. Maybe you already know the email addresses of your friends or family. So this is how you add a new contact. You go to New Contact and click on Contacts, and then add a new contact by clicking on New Contact. Here you can add a name and an email and any other information. It's also a good place to put in mobile phone numbers or addresses, a good place for you to find them later on electronically. So let's put in our friend Jane Webbit, our sister, say, Jane Webbit. And we can also then enter an email address under home. We're just labeling it as home for now, and just add. Let's say we don't know the phone number. So save now in the top right to make sure that this is saved. So now you see Jane Webbit's email address there at gmail.com. We can also add another contact again by just clicking on New Contact a second time, and so on and so forth. So we can do that with as many contacts as we want to, and add as many or as few fields, meaning phone, address, birthday, URL, as we want. So there you go. So you now have 2 contacts. Under My Contacts, you already see that in brackets too. Let's go back to Gmail by clicking Gmail. That goes back to your inbox. And let's now compose an email, because that's also very important to learn how to do. So you click on Compose, and let's say we enter our sister, Jane Webbit. So she's already in your contacts, you see. So you don't even have to enter the entire email address. Just click on the gray bar there that pops up, and they automatically fill in the email address for you. So we can enter in the subject line a subject if you like. Now, if you don't enter a subject, that's okay. It'll still be able to send the email. And then just start to type your text in that white area below. as short or as long a text as you like. There's no limit there. And then let's say you want to send a picture. Often people like to share pictures. If you want to do that, click on Attach a File. And this will open up a window where you can select the file and select the photo. And you can add additional files by clicking on Attach Another File afterwards. So you just click on Choose, and then it'll show you in that little blue bar. If it's a very heavy or large picture, it'll show you that it's still uploading. So there you go. And when you're ready, just click on Send, the big red Send up there, and away you go. That should be on its way to Jane. There are a couple of interesting things you can also do with your mail there that you've composed. For example, you can change the way that the email looks. So you've got a number of tools up there to make text bold or to underline things. So let's try that. For example, let's select this as a test with your mouse. And let's make that text in bold. You just click on the B there, or let's underline it as well. So that's an example. And another thing that's very useful as well, particularly if you have vision problems, is to increase the size of the text. So we can have it large, like this, or even huge. So you're more able to see that. And so will, by the way, the person receiving the email. And another thing that people like to do also is to send a website of interest. In this case, say a video. And that's quite easy to do, actually. So what you do, just as you selected the text in your email, you're going to select the text in the address bar there. So we're going to highlight that, select it with your mouse. And then we're going to go to Edit, and we're going to select Copy. And then when you're in your email, you'll be able to paste it. So let's just show you first. Let's just write some text, then we'll go back up there. So let's say you want to share this video with your friend, with friends or family. You go up to Edit and you click on Paste, and there you go. And that's the URL or the address of the video there that you might want to share. So that's quite useful. And again, let us just show you how to reduce the size of the text again. You select it and go down to back to normal size. Voila. So hopefully those are a couple pointers that would be of use. Now, we're not actually going to send this message because both Alex and Jane are fictional characters, but when you're ready to send your message, you just click on Send at the top left. And Gmail will keep a record of the messages that you've sent. And you'll be able to find your sent messages in your Sent Mail folder, and that's in the left-hand bar there. So you can always check up what you've said and the messages you've sent there. Now, finally, let's look at some of the settings of Gmail. We'll focus on just 2 points here that we find useful. So to change your settings, go into that little wheel and click on Settings. And this is where you have things like display language, page size, keyboard shortcuts, but just want to highlight 2 things. One is the conversation view. We would suggest that you put off because it might confuse you if you're not used to it. And the second thing was your signature. Maybe you'd like to add a signature in your email so people always have your phone number and your address and so on. So in this particular case, we click on the button below and then we enter text in that field. So for instance, in the case of Alex, he could enter his address there and maybe his telephone number. Let's put in a telephone number as well. So that's what you can do here in settings. Take a look at some of the information that Gmail has also sent you. Now, finally, do not forget to save your changes at the bottom. That's important. Every time you go into your settings in Gmail, you want to make sure that you save the changes. And finally, in order to sign out, go to your name at the top right, and you'll see where you can click on that to sign out. And that's about it. So those were the basics for setting up a Gmail account in under 10 minutes. I hope you found this useful. Please check out our other videos and tutorials online. Thanks for watching.